Hey everybody, my name is Ramon El Magnifico and welcome to episode 27. That's right, 27 of the famous Pipe Smoker Friday show. And on this week's episode, we remember baseball legend George the Babe Ruth, also known as El Bambino. George Herman Ruth Jr. was born on February 6, 1895 in Baltimore, Maryland to parents George Sr. and Kate. George Jr. was one of 8 children, although only he and his sister Mame survived. George Jr.'s parents worked long hours, leaving little time to watch over him and his sister. The lack of parental guidance allowed George Jr. to become a bit unruly, often skipping school and causing trouble in the neighborhood. When George Jr. turned 7 years old, his parents realized he needed a stricter environment and therefore sent him to the St. Mary's Industrial School for Boys, a school run by Catholic monks from an order of the ex-Siberian Brothers. St. Mary's provided a strict and regimented environment that helped shape George Jr.'s future. Not only did George Jr. learn vocational skills, but he developed a passion and love for the game of baseball. Brother Matthias, one of the monks at St. Mary's, took an instant liking to, you know what, every time I see George Jr., I'm going to just say Babe now. Took a liking to Babe and became a positive role model and father-like figure to Babe. While at St. Mary's says, Brother Matthias also happened to help Babe define his baseball skills, working tirelessly with him on hitting, fielding, and pitching skills. The Babe became so good at baseball that the brothers invited Chuck Dunn, owner of the Baltimore Orioles, to come watch the Babe play. Dunn was obviously impressed as he offered a contract to the Babe in February 1914. After watching him for less than an hour, and since George Jr., since the Babe was only 19 at the time, Dunn had to become the Babe's legal guardian in order to complete the contract. Upon seeing the Babe for the first time, the Orioles players referred to him as Jack's newest Babe, and thus the most famous nickname in American sports history was born. Thereafter, George Herman Ruth Jr. was known as the Babe. The Babe performed well for Dunn and the Orioles, leading to the sales of Babe to the Boston Red Sox by Dunn. While Babe is most known for his prodigious power as a slugger, he started his career as a pitcher, and a very good one. In 1914, Babe appeared in 5 games for the Red Sox, pitching in 4 of them. He won his major league debut on July 11, 1914. However, due to a loaded roster, Babe was optioned to the Red Sox minor league team, the Providence Grays, where he helped lead them to the International League pennant. Babe became a permanent fixture in the Red Sox rotation in 1915, accumulating an 18-8 record with an ERA of 2.44. He followed up his first successful season with a 23-12 campaign in 1916, leading the league with a .75 ERA. In 1917, he went 24-13 with a 2.01 ERA and a staggering 35 complete games in 38 starts. However, by that time, Babe had displayed enormous power in his limited plate appearances, so it was decided his bat was too good to be left out of the lineup on a daily basis. As a result, in 1918, the transition began to turn Babe into an everyday player. That year, he tied for the major league lead in home runs with 11, and followed that up by setting a single-season home run record of 29 dingers in 1919. Little did he know that the 1919 season would be his last with Boston. On December 26, 1919, Babe Ruth was sold to the New York Yankees, and the two teams would never be the same again. After becoming a New York Yankee, Babe's transition to a full-time outfielder became complete. Babe dominated the game, amassing numbers that had never been seen before. He changed baseball from a grinded-out style to one of power and high-scoring games. He rewrote the record books from a hitting standpoint, combining a high batting average with unbelievable power. The result was an assault on baseball's most hallowed records. In 1920, he bested the home run record he set in 1919 by belting a staggering 54 home runs, a season in which no other player hit more than 19 and only one team hit more than Babe did individually. But the Babe wasn't done, as his 1921 season may have been the greatest in MLB history. That season, he blasted a new record of 59 home runs, drove in 171 RBI, scored 177 runs, batted .376, and had an unheard of .846 slugging percentage. Babe was officially a superstar and enjoyed a popularity never seen before in professional baseball. With Babe leading the way, the Yankees became the most recognizable and dominant team in baseball, setting attendance records along the way. When the Yankees moved to a new stadium in 1923, it was appropriately dubbed the home that Ruth built. Babe's mythical stature grew even more in 1927 when a member of Murderers Row, he set a new home run record of 60, a record that would stand for 34 years. During his time with the Yankees, Babe ignited the greatest dynasty in all of American sport. Prior to his arrival, the Yankees had never won a title of any kind. After joining the Yankees prior to the 1920 season, Babe helped the Yankees capture 7 pennants and 4 World Series titles. The 1927 team is still considered by many to be the greatest in baseball history. Upon retiring from the Boston Braves in 1935, Babe held an astonishing 56 major league records at the time, including the most revered record in baseball, 714 home runs. In 1936, the Baseball Hall of Fame was inaugurated, and Babe was elected as one of its first 5 inductees. During the fall of 1946, it was discovered that Babe had a malignant tumor on his neck, and his health began to deteriorate quickly. On June 13th, 1948, his jersey number 3 was retired by the Yankees during his last appearance at Yankee Stadium. Babe Ruth lost his battle with cancer on August 16th, 1948. His body lay in repose in Yankee Stadium, with his funeral 2 days later at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York. In all, over 100,000 people lined up and paid their respects to the Babe. Despite passing over 60 years ago, Babe Ruth still remains the greatest figure in Major League Baseball and one of the true icons in American history. The Babe helped save baseball from the ugly Black Sox scandal and gave hope to millions during the Great Depression. He impacted the game in a way never seen before or since. He continues to be the benchmark by which all other players are measured. Despite last playing nearly 75 years ago, Babe Ruth is still widely considered the greatest player in Major League Baseball history. All right, that's it. That's all I have for this episode. My thanks to BabeRuth.com, the official website of Babe Ruth, for their bio. That's right, every single word I read today came from that biography. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Were you familiar with Babe Ruth and the sport and the Yankees and baseball and his record and all of that good stuff? I honestly was aware of the Babe, and I knew that he had many records, and that's about it. I did know that he was a pipe smoker because I featured him a couple of years ago when I was only doing the Instagram thing. So first time that I do a video for him. All right, let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think of the Babe and his career and his legacy? As always, if you like this episode, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel so that you get notified when other episodes of the famous Pipe Smoker Friday show go up, as well as my movie reviews and my other programming, of which I know I've been a little lax, but don't worry, I'll start doing other videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the El Magnifico, and until next time, may God bless you all. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Ciao.